1/6 of India were using Khatabook every month. We would see when India sleeps, when India goes to lunch.
No longer user patterns, it's India patterns.
When I was born with a computer. In my age, people used to play with balloons, etc., and I used to play with the keyboard. So I would have floppy disk of all the different operating systems.
Okay.
And if somebody come, I will ask them for money. I'll make a copy and I'll give it to them. My future was already set in my parents' brain that he would go into IIT. So there was no question that he won't go into IIT.
Were you like one of the only people that cracked IIT from your school?
From my school, yes. For us, Tesla was the standard. We were trying to enable customers to buy scooters digitally, 100% digital. The journey would be 2.5 minutes long. That's it. You need to make money from your customers very early as possible. Accidentally got connected to the person who was managing YouTube for Tanna. He said that, hey, this is a nice product, but I won't pay for it.
One startup you would join if you were not doing super reply. Podcast that you would recommend, not Elsonomics.
Elsonomics from going forward.
What is the biggest misconception that people have about startups?
They're very, very hard.
That's a misconception? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Elsonomics. Unlike most episodes where I have founders that I don't really know, today's episode is different because I have with me a friend of mine. But we are not interviewing him because he's a friend. We're interviewing him because he's taken the leap of going from an employee to a founder. Anubhav is a well-reputed PM. He graduated from IIT Mandi, which is a well-reputed institution out there. And today he is the founder of a firm called as Super Reply. So he's taken that journey which a lot of us Indians dream of, which is going from that employee, taking that risk. And we're going to poke some holes into him, find out why he took that leap, and also how that journey has been. So without further ado, I'd like to invite Mr. Anubhav Agarwal to Elsonomics. Welcome, Anubhav.
Thank you so much, Elson. Thank you for having me here. And it's been long since we met.
It's been super long.
Yeah, good that we're meeting in a very different setup than how we used to meet.
Yeah.
So super excited for this.
So Anubhav, for a lot of the audience that does not know you, in fact, we also mostly used to talk about work.
Yeah.
I remember you were probably one of the first people that introduced me to the theme of product management, how it works, how to think data and all of that.
Yeah.
It was early on in my career as well. So I learned a lot from you. And I want to know more about a few key themes, right? So like we mentioned in the introduction, number one is IITs.
Yeah.
Because that is the dream of, I'm pretty sure, every Indian out there, right?
Yeah.
So cracking
mostly, yeah.
So cracking that, number one. The second is being a PM across companies, whether it's OLX, whether it's Ola, whether it is Khatabook. So across stages, you've also done 0 to 1 journeys.
Yeah.
So how that differs, right? And the third part is your founder journey, and we're going to delve deep into that.
Sure.
Because that is something that even I aspire to be, right? So I want to know how you're thinking through it, how you took that leap. Okay? So let's start with the basics.
Yeah.
Who are you? Where were you born? And how did that journey to IIT go?
Yeah, so you already know Anubhav.
Yeah.
I come from Jaipur, Rajasthan, and come from a very humble family. Mom's a housewife, father was doing okay, but till like very recent he was trying to figure out stuff for his own as well.
Okay.
Right. So so I didn't have like leisure when I was young, when I was like very, very young, but I had all the resources that they could give me to do well in life.
Was he also a businessman, like Marwadi businessman?
Yeah. So he tried to do a couple of things. One of them was business. Then he moved to taking a job also.
Okay.
So he touched upon multiple things, and with him, the family also touched upon multiple things and realized how things goes in very different directions with different kind of jobs and setups, right? One of the very good things that they probably gave me was when I was born with a computer. So 1996, I had computer at my home, and that time I didn't know a lot that what it would unlock for me.
Right.
But a lot of opportunities came just because I had like access to technology.
Was the Windows 95.
Yeah, this was Windows 95 and then 98, then XP, right? So I remember my mom used to tell me that in my age, people used to play with balloons, etc., and I used to play with the keyboard. So
Right. Why did you have that computer at home?
because my father had a business where he was basically doing accounts for a lot of businesses around there.
Right.
So his business had a need of having a computer,
Right.
and he has put everything in, like buying that system.
Right.
That time it used to be super expensive. Yeah. So went to a very normal school, very normal schooling. In my family, most of the folks, my nephews, etc., like everyone is like super studious. So that's how this IIT journey also came along. Studying for say 12, 13 hours a day. So they will
because someone forced you, or because you were just self-motivated?
No, this is how life is. This is what we were taught. Very early, I got exposed to these people who were doing good in their life in terms of they were topping boards. 10th. So my nephew, he would top 10th and he would top then 12th, and he was like preparing for IIT. So I was basically following his journey, looking at his journey. So this is my aunt's kid. I'm talking.
So your cousin.
Cousin, right. So I'm talking about 2001. So when I was like very, very young, 5-6 years old, right? So he cracked IIT Delhi then, right? And then his younger brother in 2006, he cracked IIT Kanpur. So that is what the standard became in the house, right? So if you're a kid who wants to do good in life, this is the track that you have to follow. So when I was in like second, third class, right? My future was already set in my parents' brain that he would go into IIT. Now what? Post what? Right? So there was no question that he won't go into IIT. Right? And I was also tuned that way, that you do this, and then we will put you into Bansal classes, which was one of the known coaching institutes, and then you will do this. So for me, I think it was never a question of that, what will I do from the top itself, from my parents itself. And yeah.
Would you say this is like unique to you and your family, or is this a norm across North India, Kota, that side?
Yeah.
Or your friends, etc. Because I mean, if I had to compare, I was lost.
Yeah.
After 9th, 10th, I was like so lost, and my mom and dad were just busy.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what were the different career options.
Yeah.
It was like around 10th, 11th, my friends were going for coaching.
Yeah.
And they all knew IIT jana hai, this or nahi to NIT or medicine.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I don't even know what to do.
Yeah.
And I hated that. I got very angry and all that.
At parents?
At parents, that was there at that point. At teachers also, because they were like study for school and boards.
Yeah.
And when I realized that this doesn't matter, it was frustrating.
Correct.
Or were you like one of the only people that cracked IIT from your school?
From my school, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So for a lot of people around me, it was like they got to know about when they had to make that choice in 10th, like you said.
Quite late.
Quite late, right? So because they got to know it late, then they were like, they were shocked also that it's going to be very, very tough. There's going to be a lot of pressure.
Correct.
Right. And then because their mind was processing it for the first time, right? Now you have to take that decision. Do you want to go there or not? For me, it was like, my mind was made up like 8 years back. So for me, it was like school getting continued or something like that. So I was in the flow, to be very honest. Yeah.
You're not very active on social.
I am not till recently because the business wanted.
Exactly, that was my point. Because the business is helping a lot of content creators and all of that.
Correct.
But yeah, tell me, what was your beyond the studies? How were you?
So from the childhood itself, like I was very opportunistic. I would say that, right? So because I had access to computer, I got to know what are games, what are softwares, right? And others around me will always like be fascinated with what I'm doing. Right. So when they bought their computers, they wanted me to set it up.
Right.
And I found opportunity there that I can probably sell them.
Yeah.
I will probably write CDs for them.
Right.
I would probably sell them games.
That
you want Dave,
CDs.
You want Dave, take the CD from me. Right. I would probably upgrade their softwares. Windows 95 se 98 ho gaya, XP ho gaya.
Yeah.
They don't know how to download it.
Yeah. 100%.
So I would probably go and format it.
The USBs and all. I remember that.
The floppy disks, etc. So I would have floppy disk of all the different operating system. And if somebody come, I will ask them for money. I'll make a copy and I'll give it to them. Right. So very early in the like childhood, when people like were taking money from their parents, I was trying to find opportunities
to
like
make
this
money
to
and save
make
it.
money. Yeah. My parents also supported. That's the best part. I remember around because my dad's business had a need of having internet.
Right.
A lot of people around that time didn't have internet. So when I was like in 6th, 7th class, I would figure out that people would go to 2 kilometers away from their houses to get their report card printed when board exam report cards would come, 10th, 12th. They would go to a cyber cafe and they would get it printed, right? And I figured out like in our locality, it's just us who have the internet. So why not do that?
Yeah.
So just started this from my dad's office itself. They would give me a computer on Saturdays and Sundays.
Lovely.
When they were not using it. I would go out around the house, would put out stickers, pamphlets, the 10th board results, this phone number, or come here.
Oh, crazy.
And like people would show up. I remember like there would be like 40, 50 people in queue just to get to get their report card out, the results out, right?
Okay.
And those were like good days, would make money.
So then when you got into IIT, how was that? Was there pressure?
There was a lot of pressure, yeah. So I try to look at my complete 11th, 12th journey as a system. So think of it like an engine, okay? And there is input to the engine and there is output to the engine.
Correct.
Input is how much work can I do.
Correct.
And the output is my chances of getting into IIT.
Correct.
And in this engine, there are a lot of people, call them actors. They have their own roles. So for example, my mom is there. My mom's role was to keep me away from any kind of distraction. So for example, we did not have TV then.
Yeah.
We did not have any cable connection.
Right.
I didn't know in that duration who got wedded, who got married in my family, etc., etc. Then there is Bansal classes they also were an actor. Their job was that every day giving me what I can do to get there.
Yeah.
Right. My school also played a role. So we had a agreement with the school that I'll just show up on the school for 1 hour a day. And that was required because otherwise I won't have enough attendance to sit for the JEE exam itself.
So no TV, no cable, no idea of what's happening in the world.
Yeah.
Mom's giving you food.
Yeah, mom's giving me food.
Bansal is motivating you.
Right.
And other than that, was it like lonely or you were enjoying it also? Because
it used to be lonely as well. I would have certain things that I would go do. Very like, what do you say, routine.
So assume because we also have audiences who are like 17 and 16 and all of that. If they wanted to do this,
so
what is the level of rigor it takes to become an IIT?
So it was a very set schedule and followed it for say 700, 800 days, right? May take 2, 3, 5, 10 days, 2 weeks at max here and there. But the other days would look very, very similar. So would wake up at 7, do some DP. That time DPPs was daily practice problems. Was something that Bansal would give us and we had to do it daily. So I would spend like 7 to 9 in the morning doing that. And not actually 7 to 8, something like that. I had to go to school also. Would go to school. Will come from school by 11:30, 2.5 hours, not more than that. Then we'll come do Bansal homework, revision of things. Again, Bansal, we'll eat up something. Again, whatever remaining part of the Bansal. Then I would take a break around 1:30, eat lunch, sleep. 2 p.m. sharp I'll sleep. 2:30 is when the van comes, Bansal van comes.
Okay.
So I just have like those 30 minutes to sleep. So it was like a very good sleep. I remember those days my mother would wake up. The van is, they would do 3 horns. If you are not there, you miss. Right. So, and then the van will drop again. Like Bansal would be 3 hours, 2 hours and 3 classes every day. So 6.5 hours there. We'll come back home by 9. We'll eat up. We'll freshen up 9:30. We'll like study for another 3-4 hours. We'll sleep by 11:30, 12.
Crazy.
And the same cycle repeats.
So now tell me, after this, the IIT that you reached is IIT Mandi. And the first time, I remember when we were also working, that entire company, everyone was from IIT.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, what is this? IIT Delhi, IIT Bombay, IIT this, IIT that. IIT Gandhinagar and IIT Mandi. And IIT Mandi was one of the new ones. Did it meet your expectation? Like, was IIT living up to its tag?
Yeah. So I think the expectations also changed. When I wanted to enter, the thought was wanted to go to the first generation IITs. But then there were priorities. I wanted a specific branch, and then I had gotten a specific rank. So the best combination that could be there was IIT Mandi. So I went there. The good part of IIT Mandi was that back then in 2014, IIT Mandi was also a 0-to-1 project. So it had started only in 2008. So it's been like 6 years. I think 3 batches graduated.
So you were one of the earlier
guinea
ones.
Pigs. Right. So it was doing it 0 to 1 in everything. Campus building, student bodies building, faculty recruitment, everything. Like, so I got to be a part of 0 to 1 startup very early in my life. This is how I look at it.
Right.
So when I was entering, I was like, I didn't go to IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi. But 3 years down the line, I was very fortunate. I felt very fortunate that I came here because from day one, there are like plethora of opportunities there.
Right.
And it was just up to me and the people
They're
around.
looking for people. It's the 0 to 1 startup journey. They want people to do things.
Correct. So they want people. At the same time, if you have the energy and if you have that Kida inside you,
agency,
you can go anywhere. You can do anything. Right. So that was the very good part. I remember in the very few initial days itself, I figured out that influence attracted me, to be very honest. People, seniors who have done something, who probably heading some club, who probably gotten really, really good job, who probably are really good at some other skill set. For example, I used to play table tennis, right? So the person who would go to Inter-IIT, right? I would make myself like most of my time spend with them. I would spend most of my time with them.
Right.
The idea was to understand what they have done in like last 2-3 years, what they have done here, what they've learned, what the do's and don'ts, right? So that I don't have to repeat those things, right? So, and those things paid well. So in the first year itself, I got to be the part of the fest committee. I was a part of the sponsorship team.
This was the Exodia,
right? In the first year itself, got a chance to be a part of the team. And generally in big IITs, you don't get that, right? Because there was opportunity. There were not a lot of people.
You could do it in first year itself.
Yeah, you got to do it in the first year itself. So I was actually doing sales when I was like 16 and a half years, right? I was selling to brands why you should come to IIT Mandi. Sponsorships, right? And when I was in second year, I got a chance to be the convener.
Right? Convener is the head?
Head of the fest, right? Yeah. So now that is like another 0 to 1 which you are heading also. So these experiences is what I would have definitely missed if I had gone some other place, right? So just because I had a track record in the first year, got some outcomes, people were looking, okay, these are okay guys, right? I was one of them. So got that chance. And that was like crazy. I think I learned a lot during that time.
At college, what stream were you?
Electrical engineering.
And did you know कि मुझे ये करना है? A particular job role did you have in mind, or was it more like company? And I'm assuming getting a role is easy with the IIT tag.
You have to fight for it, honestly, because people.
But relatively easy.
If you compare it with between colleges, Tier 2 versus IIT, you have advantage.
Sure. So did you know whether it's a role that you wanted, or a team that you wanted, or a company, anything like that? So
during that journey of first year, second year, third year, fourth year, I had gotten something in my mind that hey, because I got the role of the convener, then secretaries, etc. So I liked that execution and thinking both. If I can do that, would be an ideal place to be in. And then I was tracking a lot of people who went out from IIT as well, other IITs as well, and I somehow got aligned that I want to be on the founder track, right? Because again, thinking and execution, I wanted to do both. Right. Most of the roles that were coming were like just do execution, and you don't really have
no strategy.
You don't know where
or
you will
you don't even have a say.
You don't even have a say. So I figured this out that if you want to be a founder, then there are like certain roles that you can enter in early, and then you will have a track to be there. So business analyst is one of them, right? Product management is one of them, right? You get in growth, right? Because these are the roles that a founder also does in a 0 to 1 journey, right? So, and then I figured out that if I were to become a founder, it would probably make a lot of sense that I join a place where I get to work with a founder, right? So what are those places like? Figured out those are called startups, right? So, okay, startup is what I want to get into. These are 2-3 roles that I wanted to get into. Then saw that product management is something that would take experience, ask experience. People were not like very keen to give for freshers. The business analyst was the role that I fixated on. Figured out the skill set, etc. Like the basic 5-6 things you need to know. Be good at communication, be good at analytics, data, able to use Google Sheets,
Right.
able to make sense of data,
Yeah.
able to write SQL queries, etc., etc. So we got that basic thing sorted and started applying for jobs. So I would write like 20 cold emails every day,
Okay.
follow up with them like 5 times. There was a follow up sequence.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So in my college only I was doing it, and then I started getting calls, and then one of the call was this, where the role was like very near to founder.
Yeah.
So I ended up taking it.
Lovely. And after this, and I would say Asan Jobs was more like a 0 to 1-ish,
Yeah.
because you got acquired by OLX, so it was a mixture of both, I think, and you
Yeah.
also got to see that acquisition. Huh?
Yeah.
Now at Ola, we've heard a lot of stories, good and bad, about Ola.
Yeah.
But I think one of the things that I also want to know, I mean, if you could touch about that, great. So yeah, tell me about Ola Electric now.
So Ola Electric was like, I think, one of the really good experiences of my product journey.
Okay.
When I was joining, I knew that it's a large company. When I got into it, I got to know that it's a very fast moving startup inside it.
Okay.
Right? Ola Electric was into a 0 to 1 journey. They tried launching different products. So they did autos, etc. earlier, but they were doing scooters for the first time. Right? So it was a 0 to 1 journey in that sense, but at the same time, you have access to millions of users through the cabs business. Now, you have a customer ready to buy, right? What do you sell to him? How do you package it? How early do you sell to it, to the person, right? All those things were on the line, right? And in the other thing that the Ola journey was very different is that was the first time probably we were looking, like I at least was looking at the team around me. We were like benchmarking ourselves against international product teams, international products, right? For example, for us, Tesla was the standard.
Okay.
Right? Because we were trying to do something that was not done in India earlier. We were trying to enable customers to buy scooters digitally, 100% digital, and the journey would be 2.5 minutes long. That's it.
So I'm buying my scooter online. Okay.
And we figured out that 60% of the people who make those two-wheeler purchase decisions, they would finance it. Okay, so it was very important that we had a digital finance journey, also lending journey internally built.
Correct.
So ultimately, the task was that, hey, you need to build a journey. It's a digital journey and it's a 2 minutes long journey at max. And at the end of the journey, the guy has a loan offer letter in his hand, and the scooter is in the factory marked against him, the VIN number, etc. Everything is started.
Okay.
Right, and the guy has not left his seat. So this was the mandate, right? So this was very interesting because there were no benchmarks to benchmark us with,
to copy,
take inspiration, right?
Sure.
In India there were none. So my KPI was I have to have 99.99% people buying insurance also from us.
Awesome. So going from that, I think after Ola, which is where now you've seen scale for the first time, and you're also referencing probably the top products out there, you decided to go to 0 to 1 again, with friends or team from, say, the earlier startup as well. And I think I remember one of the key features because that is when we met for the first time, and BNPL, exactly. So that when you were talking about financing and all of that, I was like, because you also said BNPL, and we cracked that. I remember BNPL was quite successful.
We did good.
Any interesting stories from that, and why you decided, okay, abhi 0 to 1 karna hai?
Yeah. So at Ola Electric also got access to a lot of great minds there. So one of the designer friends, he apparently was creating NFTs and he was selling.
Oh, okay.
And he made money also. He made like decent 3-4 Ethereum in that project.
Wow, okay.
Right? So me and one of my friend, another product manager, we used to observe him a lot. Because what is he doing, right? And that's how we got exposed to Web3 also. So internally, while we were at Ola, we took up a project where we launched our own NFTs. So that time,
outside of Ola,
on the weekends we would do it, or late nights we would do it, right? So we figured this out that, hey, there is technology. We like building technology products, so that is something that we can build. And marketing and sales, this guy had done. So we should also be able to do it. Ultimately, we were not able to do it. That guy did. So that time got exposed to Discord, servers, community, paying people to keep posting on Discord, getting more people into Discord, right? So that was the circle that I was standing that time, right? So we launched this NFT project, we sold some, and then we were looking at people around us who have some interest in NFT.
That was the hype. At
That was
that
the
time,
hype.
everyone was, any smart person was on NFT Web3.
Correct. So that's how. So the founders of Asan Jobs, they were also building in the Web3 space itself.
Correct.
So one day we met and we showed this is what we are doing, and they were also trying to, because there was a game and NFT, etc. etc. So there was mutual interest that how are you doing, etc. etc. So, and that's when we felt like, hey, this is exciting, and they're building a proper business, right? In this, and after like a year and a half, like I also got like a little bit, again, the kick to do something new was coming in again.
Correct.
So that's when we met and we said like, let's do it. So they were looking for a product manager.
Okay.
And I said like, I've probably done similar things earlier, but they were building games, etc. And this is pretty exciting. So I'll come on. And then I went there. I was the only product person in the team. And again, like got so much access, right? I was doing product management, I was doing community with you, I was doing sales, NFT sales. I was doing like writing content, etc.
Everyone was doing everything, I remember.
Everyone was doing everything, right? So
that was actually a wonderful journey. Sitting in that office, everyone.
It's a good journey.
And for me, that was one of the first exposures to the IIT brains.
Yeah.
Because I was just looking at everyone, and before that, whether it was community or content, it was to always be like, "ठीक है, try करेंगे."
Yeah.
And if it works, it works.
Yeah.
But here, if I would propose that, "ठीक है, try करेंगे," they will be like, नहीं यार एक PRD लिख के दे, नहीं यार एक थोड़ा data. So I learned a lot, and I still credit that. I think that entire team. I think everyone was just like, very cool. I'm going to give you a curveball question. What was it like working with me?
I enjoyed working with you, man.
Be honest.
No, honestly, so the creative part of you is something that I used to learn from you. I like your writing, like really good at that. Ideas, right? How to. So I remember those conversations where we would get into the community and we would have a target that we have to sell X NFTs, right?
Yeah.
And we will build hype, etc. etc. So enjoyed working with you, man. The creative part is something I have to build a lot for my business as well.
Yeah.
And these days, if you have to be bootstrapped, founder-led growth is the only way to do it.
No.
So I'm learning slowly how to be creative.
Yeah. Then I learned that you had joined Khatabook.
Yeah.
Again, a very different journey. Here as a lead PM.
But Khatabook, the journey was very different. I think they were in 10 to 100 kind of a journey when I joined, right? So sitting at say 8 to 9 million MAUs, Khatabook at the time I joined, right? So they had users, they had a lot of engagement. So India has about like 50 to 60 million MSMEs, medium, small businesses, right? Khatabook MAU was 10 million, which is like 1/6 of India small businesses were using Khatabook every month. And Khatabook has around 15 to 20 million downloads. So that means like 1/3 of the India, the small businesses has ever used Khatabook.
Right.
So that's a large, like the adoption was like really large. So we would see charts, we would see when India sleeps, when India goes to lunch.
Now
when
those
India
are the things for the needle. That
right. So we would see the graph, it's 11, the in-out transactions would skyrocket, right? And then now it's lunchtime. Today it's Diwali, so it's flat.
Okay.
So we would like
so
those.
It's no longer user patterns; it's India patterns.
Patterns, right? So that was really crazy. It was a very different journey compared to the 0 to 1 products. There's so many like voices of the customers, right? The systems that we set up at Khatabook were very different. Like how do you listen to thousands of Play Store reviews every day, right? So there were like automations that we had set up which would tell you these many Play Store reviews came, and this is what most of the people are asking for, right? At 0 to 1, it's very easy. You can just go and do and scroll it. You just scroll it. Right? You just look at it every day. That's also possible. So a lot of Khatabook product users who are using the app to put in like it's like splitwise, but for
it's a ledger. It's basically
a ledger. Right? But a lot of people, when I say a lot of like 1 to 2% of that 10 million now, right, would have a need of complete billing solution, and they were using it some other billing solution, right? And they would want it to be integrated with the Khatabook system. So we launched a desktop product, right? Like we grew it to like 45 lakhs in monthly recurring revenue. Another opportunity we found was that like we were generating so many impressions a day, right? 20 to 50 million impressions a day. So we launched ads on the platform, right? Because these users would not pay directly.
So you need to monetize in some other way.
We wanted to monetize, right? So we created ads project is something that I led on my own. Created a pipeline of 1.5 crores every year that would come and like complete total profit, right? Integrated with Google, integrated with other ad providers out there. So a lot of monetization. That's when like Khatabook actually taught me that you need to make money from your customers very early, as early as possible.
Okay.
Otherwise, like then you go into a journey of constantly figuring out how squeeze.
I want to talk a lot about that. The founder journey, which is very exciting. But more than that, see, at all of this, I think Khatabook as a lead PM, you're making good money. What was that aha moment? I'm okay to give up that money and go into the founder journey.
So the thought was there already, right? When I stepped in, the thought was there that I will leave with the
exit plan was there.
Exit plan was already there, right? I spend a lot of time on Twitter, so I keep looking at how people are making the best use of the technology that's around now.
You spend a lot of time on Twitter. You don't post.
I don't post. I just consume. I'm a good consumer there, right? So and a lot of micro SaaS ideas. One of the other things that I used to do a lot when I was at Ola Electric, Khatabook, etc., I would take a lot of demos of products, right? So if you don't have a corporate ID or a work ID, people generally don't give demos also.
Correct.
Right? So this was
you need that.
You need that, right? So this was the curious hat was there. Always when I find a product or someone who's making money, right, I would just sign up. I just get on that 15 minutes, 20 minutes call and I see that how does this person take money from my pocket, right? Let me constantly monitor what all he says, right? So that was there. So I figured out, and this is 2023 early. I figured out that LLMs were coming, OpenAI had come, ChatGPT had come, right? So figured out that content creation has gotten easier, right?
Sure.
A lot of people were creating content with that.
100%.
And then I was looking at that there's so much engagement getting generated on YouTube, right? And I was following Tanmay Bhatt's journey a lot back then, right? I noticed that, hey, there's so many comments that are there on this video, right? And every time this person goes on live, there's so many people that would comment, right? He would never reply to anyone, right?
Right.
And because content creation has gotten very easy, right? Can I build a SaaS around this, right? The SaaS automatically reverts to all those comments in how Tanmay would do. Right. Will that help him in making these people who are engaging with him more closer to him? Will they respect Tanmay more? Right. So this was a thought, and we built a simple product on this. Right. We took 2 to 3 weeks, built a product, and we accidentally got connected to the person who was managing YouTube for Tanmay.
Okay.
Right. And we showed him the product. And he said that, hey, this is a nice product, but I won't pay for it. Right. And we asked why. So he said that
I don't know if it's actually helping me. Is that
it? So it does not bring in business for me. Right. I am not losing my sleep over not replying to those comments, is what he said. Right. So in that discussion, it came out that, hey, can you do the same thing? If you can do the same thing at a place where it can generate commerce opportunities, so it would mean a lot, and that's when people would pay. And so we looked at Instagram then.
Okay.
And Instagram, we found so many people are running their businesses, their discovery mode completely is just Instagram.
Right.
And whenever they put out a product, for example, a sari shop showing their sari, there's so many people who are commenting.
Yeah.
Right?
And you have to say link in bio and you tell them to go to somewhere else or something.
Correct. So that flow was broken.
Correct.
Right? And these people don't even have access that they can put a website, etc.
Correct.
They were trying to manually revert to them, go into their DMs, trying to sell there.
Yeah.
Right. So we just thought that, hey, I think we have the technology already. We just have to put it for Instagram, right? And we can make some business there. So what we did was we looked at their website. We just screenshotted their website, removed their logo, right? Built a PPT. And I, in my network, had 7, 8 people who were doing similar kind of work on Instagram.
Correct.
Went to them, said that this is what we are launching.
Yeah.
Right. does this solve your pain point? And they said, "Yeah, it does. I have a person who is just doing this.
Yeah.
I pay 10,000 rupees to him.
Yeah.
Right? How much will the product cost? Whatever the pricing was there with the competitor, we just slashed it by 30%. And we said that it costs this much. And we're going to launch it in next 7 days. We'll give you beta access, right? And discount also. So 7 people paid to us before we started building the product.
Oh.
So this was
with just the pitch deck.
With the pitch deck, right? So this was what was different the second time, which was not there in the first those 6 months ka journey, right? And this time what we did was that, hey, we'll not build it because we are good at building. If we start building now, then we will build it completely, and then we will not be able to sell, and then the same cycle repeats.
Fair.
So we said, like, can we sell before building? Right? And there are a lot of people who have started doing things like that. There's a lot of stuff on Twitter also.
There's it's a standard, I think they call it landing page experiments. You create a landing page, when they click on waitlist or something, it throws a 404. And sorry.
So we didn't even do that. So we were like, कि उस landing page पे traffic लेके जाने में भी time लगेगा. We'll have to send it to so many
Posting
people.
भी करना है.
Correct. So we just figured out there are already 7 people in the network, right? Just went to them, made it feel to them that the product is already there. Are you okay to spend money?
Yeah.
Some people gave commitment, some people paid also. Until today, we do product building like this. We try to 90% of the times we try to sell it first, get commitment, and then ship it.
Right. Now I remember we had spoken about this, and you had asked around that time also. Today you're doing much bigger. I think your team, is it the same guys? You know these guys before, your co-founder and your team?
Mostly, yeah. The co-founder is my
a friend of yours.
Friend of mine from IIT.
Oh, perfect. What has changed? And is it scary?
It's scary for sure. If I just say it's not scary, it would be a blatant lie. There's a lot of pressure also. A lot of time the question comes in the head that, hey, is the opportunity cost justified?
Correct.
Right? We're taking like decent amount of money from the table. Right? There's 100% truth in what people say about if you just show up, things start happening your way.
If you survive, you will thrive.
And we've seen it happening so many times. So you'd probably go after a partner for a very, very long time. No communication, no rewards, get rejected a lot of times. We'll just keep doing it.
Correct.
We'll just keep doing it. Right? And someday
he'll only come back.
Yeah. And it happened. And it happened multiple times.
Correct.
Right? So one of the things that probably now helps a lot in day-to-day life is resilience, being persistent every day, just show up, just do.
And around the same time, you also took another plunge, because last time I met you, you were not married. Now I know that you're also married. How is that? Does your wife support you, or is she like, do you have that pressure that now I have one more person that I have to worry about?
No. Yeah, very supportive. So we actually dated for like quite some good amount of years. So there's just too much support. If you get married to the right person, luckily it happened in my case. So I just focus on my business, honestly. Like rest, everything she takes care of, right?
Lovely.
From financials to running errands, from like the families, etc., etc. There's so much support also that I get. She is also in product growth. So like
business, you can
bounce back ideas. That's also there. It's not single-handedly true.
You can have different journeys.
You can have different journeys. It's very subjective. It depends on the partner. It depends on the person. Fair, what do they want?
Do you break?
A lot of times.
Have there been times when you're like,
a lot of times.
Yeah.
And then and this has happened to me so many times. I would break today, right? And tomorrow morning or afternoon something good will happen.
Right.
It a lot of time it feels like somebody's watching from there. And
you start becoming religious, no? I mean,
I'm telling you, it starts.
I kind of started drawing this pattern. I was like, dude, why are these Ambanis and these, they have all the threads, they are very religious, they go to all the temples and all. And I'm like, I don't think it's because they believe in God, but you need a force to, support you during that mental, because it's hard.
So what I've seen now in the journey that I've been through, and showing up is like really, I think showing up and the grit, these are the two key pieces. Rest, everything can be figured out. And do it with a good person. Preferably if you have a friend relationship, a relationship with someone, right? So in my case, the founder that I have, like we know each other from 2017, right?
Okay.
So very, very long.
That's a good question, right? Like, so finding a co-founder.
Yeah.
Now, how did you, and see, you guys knew each other since a long time. Probably back then also, you were like, kuch to banate hai, whatever. How do you nurture that relationship? Because you also don't want him to lose trust, or he doesn't want to overpromise. That is always there, right?
Yeah.
Because I think with each time you build something,
Yeah.
it's a lifeline.
Yeah.
And if that building it
keeps
fails,
on breaking,
yeah, then he'll
the
also be
trust.
like, "Arey, abhi opportunity cost hai." So how do you maintain that?
Yeah. So one is like, if you have a relationship, then it helps because there's a lot of trust that gets borrowed from the relationship also.
Right.
Second is some compatibility in terms of smartness, in terms of intellectuality, in terms of the other person has to be, of course, great in something apart from what you are at, right? For example, in my case, the other guy is like really good at technology. He picks up things very, very fast. We discuss something today, and like in 3-4 days we have it, right? So these 3-4 things have to be at place. Honesty, very, very important. In general, if you are not there, would you do the right thing for the business, for you? All of these are few things. You don't honestly need a 20 points ka checklist.
Right.
Basic how you judge a human.
अच्छा इंसान होना चाहिए.
You have a good vibe with him, right? That's very important. And yeah, so.
Okay, last question about in the startup and the founder journey, right? And all of this. Assume there's an aspiring founder there. Give him some tip. And someone who is also at a job, who is actively thinking about it. He's also on Twitter. He's also scanning through things. He's also like, "Yeah, gosh, I can also do it." What would you tell to him? Maybe, and it can also be like, "Bro, don't start up." So whatever. What is that one advice you would give?
Yeah. So I'll break it for students, probably people who are in college, and then people who probably are already doing something, right? So if you're at college, like, see how soon can you start selling, right? Just pick up something and start selling. It could be creating content. It could be creating a newsletter. It could be selling T-shirts. Distribution, right? Get to that moment as soon as possible, right? Don't wait for your college to end. Because by that time, when that happens, right, a lot of time has passed and people have like gotten ahead in the race.
Yeah.
So if you're at college, try building something of your own, sell it, right? Selling is the one most important key skill set that's going to be there in the people who thrive in next 5-10 years, is what I feel, because rest all will get very commoditized. AI will come, will take up those things, right? Sales is going to be there. That's pretty sure. For PMs who already are doing a job at some place, want to get to a founder sometime, right? Get closure. Again, it's very similar. Get closure to people who are selling in your org. Understand what they go through, because see, PMs have a luxury also to sit comfortably in their chair.
Because they're not interacting with the market that much.
Yeah, they have the choice to not do that.
Sure.
And if you not do it for a very long time, then there are repercussions also. But get to that ground reality. The person who is selling,
PMM wala, product market. The product management marketing is also there, na? Which is like not just build the product, but also try to sell it.
Yeah. So as a product manager, your KPI should always be, and I think this needs a mindset shift. The KPI should be the action that I'm taking. How much money is it bringing in the company? Simple, right? The features, etc., is there, but does it bring money in the system or not?
Right.
This is how you should start evaluating yourself as a PM. And the first marker of that is, I'm drawing this much from the company. Is my actions bringing that much money in the?
How do you attribute that? Because as a PM, now say you're in an organization, you are there, sales guy is there, marketing guy is there. The sales guy is telling revenue is my number, and I am the one who's bringing to the table. And you are telling that NPS or whatever, or CSAT, these are my metrics, or DAU, MAU. If you say that I brought the revenue, how do you manage that? Have you faced that problem?
That happens a lot, but you don't have to show it to someone else. If you want to be a founder in your mind, you should know this, that it happened because of you. Because as a PM, you will always have the choice to make bad products also. Right? And it's very easy to make bad products, right? It's hard to make products that sells.
Yeah.
Right? So, and this is something that I learned from Khatabook. That time, I was told that this is my pod. This pod is like spending a lot of money, right? How do you get this pod profitable or at a break-even stage? So my mind has to constantly think about how do I monetize from these people, right? And that helped me ultimately figure out the right idea for my startup as well.
Right.
So if most of the PM start thinking like this, that I am the P&L manager for this product, that will really help whenever they start
becoming a founder.
Become a founder.
Tell us a little bit about the elephant in the room, because you kept saying sales.
Yeah.
I'm sure you want to give us a one-line elevator pitch.
Yeah.
So tell us about because even since your college days, you were saying I had like DM sending out. I used to send out emails, and I used to have follow-up sequences, etc. So tell us maybe a little bit, and we can also throw the link in the description. This is not a sponsored post. Maybe one day we will do it once you're really big and all that. But tell us about what does Super Reply do, and also what's the 3 to 5 year journey looking like for Super Reply? Where do you see yourself and the startup?
Yeah. So started like a feature, honestly. Now what we do at Super Reply is that so there are a lot of businesses on Instagram, right?
Sure.
They're running ads.
Yeah.
They, like Meta is making billions of dollars from ads.
Yeah.
Those ads ultimately translate to leads.
Correct.
Right? Those leads either go to a website, either go to on your WhatsApp, or go to your Instagram DMs or somewhere else. Right?
Yeah.
So we've picked this Instagram, the ads that are like click to DM sorts of ads, right? So you see the ad, you click on it, and you land in the DM of the business.
Right.
So this is a funnel that we are trying to solve with Super Reply. Now what happens is whenever you look at that ad and you go in the DM, then there is someone sitting in the office or somewhere else, right?
Correct.
A human.
Correct.
Whose job is to qualify that lead and see if you can ultimately become a buyer, because it's just a lead right now.
Correct.
There's a journey to become a buyer, right? They will qualify you.
MQL, SQL.
Correct. MQL, SQL. They will qualify you. Propensity, paying propensity. How deep is the pain point?
Right.
How urgently do you want it, right? And then ultimately somebody will speak to you who will sell to you, right? And then you'll probably become a buyer. So we have automated this complete journey through AI agents on Super Reply. So now you don't need a person to actually chat in the DMs to qualify you as a good lead or not. Right? It's Super Reply sales agent that does it for you.
Okay.
So right now we're working with a lot of business coaches, service providers on Instagram who majorly get their leads from DMs. Their DMs. These could be organic. These could be through paid ads, right? And in the last 2-3 months itself, we have taken jobs of 150, 200 people who are actually
social media managers are cursing.
Just not social media manager, but the sales teams, right? So the objective is, this is how I see it, that right now what's happening in the market is that there's a discovery channel and there's a sales channel. Discovery will happen on Instagram or Facebook, etc. Sales will happen somewhere else, on your website, on a phone call, etc. Very soon we are moving towards a world where the discovery and sales channel will be same only. And when that happens, we want to be there, right? So when websites came, Shopify was there, who allowed people to build their products, etc. on a website so that people can go and buy there. Now we feel that journey, that same thing is going to happen very soon on social media. Right?
Sure. I mean, if anyone's thinking 5 years back when we were thinking of running a business, it should be Shopify or set up a landing page.
Correct.
Today it is set up your Instagram page.
Correct. Set up your Instagram, sell in the Instagram itself. Don't let the user go outside, because once the user goes outside, then you have lost him. So this is what we are doing at Super Reply. The goal in the next 3 years to be $5 to $8 million ARR company. And by next year end, somewhere around 1.5-2 years to $1.5-2 million ARR company. And we are on the track to do it. We're doing it the bootstrapped way, which is the hard way. Really enjoying the journey.
Awesome, yeah. But I have some surprise. We'll do a fun element. I'll turn into coffee with Karan. And I'm going to throw around 10 questions. Let's start with the questions. First one. This one's regarding your IIT ones. If you could go back and give advice to yourself during IIT prep, what would it be? So during your IIT preparation journey, you're giving Anubhav some advice.
Take it light. It would happen. Yeah.
Okay. What's the most overrated startup advice that you've got?
Overrated startup advice. Raise money as soon as you can.
Okay. One thing you miss about being an employee?
Sundays, my weekends, my holidays.
Your go-to productivity hack for managing a startup?
Go-to productivity hack is put my phone somewhere very, very away from me. Turn off the laptop. Open the laptop once I have those 2 to 3 things that I have to do on laptop.
Yeah, this is.
So I'll just take a paper. I'll just take a pen. I'll write everything that I have to do today. Prioritize them.
Yeah.
But once I have the top two things that needs to happen in that next hour, then I'll open my laptop.
Okay. So laptop or social media?
Social media, so anyways, I don't have. I only use Instagram to post things and to try our features, etc. But laptop also, no, because there's LinkedIn, there's Twitter, etc., etc., and it's easy to get lost in your business itself.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next one. One startup you would join if you are not doing super reply.
One startup I would join if I weren't doing super reply.
Startup. Or
Lovable. I like that product a lot. We use it a lot, and yeah.
What's the best decision of your career so far?
Taking that plunge. I think it was the right time when I took plunge from Khatabook. I think, yeah.
What is the biggest misconception that people have about startups?
They're very, very hard.
That's a misconception?
If you pick the right things,
it's easier than a job.
It's not really, really hard. If you optimize for the right things, right? Keep the right targets in front of you. Do it the right way. It's not moving a mountain.
Okay.
You can do it.
Right.
I think that's a notion that people have created to keep competition lists.
Yeah, fair.
So it's not super tough if you start at
That's what I was saying, right? It's more about the soft skills. You have that discipline, you have the ambiguity ko handle karna.
Yeah.
Then the problem solving, which most people attribute a lot of weight to,
correct,
is actually relatively possible because you can always pivot, you can always figure things out.
Yeah.
Number 8, book or a podcast that you would recommend to PMs or maybe even aspiring entrepreneurs.
Podcast, I would recommend My First Million. I listen to it a lot, and there is another podcast, All In Podcast. Both are super.
Jason Calacanis and all of them.
Yeah. So My First Million is something that I pick up for when I have to look at ideas that have like killed it, and when they started very, very like small.
Okay.
Right. So a lot of playbooks we copied from there.
Not Elsonomics.
Elsonomics from going forward.
Okay. Best career advice that you've ever received?
Ask. When you want a raise, ask. Only if you ask, you will get. Otherwise, you will get like sidelined.
Only crying babies get milk.
Yeah. Right. Actually, the same thing I had heard from the person who said ask.
Right.
With this example.
Right. What's the worst advice that you got?
I think like people have told me to take it chill. You can like grow it slowly. Also, there's like large amount of years left.
Yeah.
Don't really believe in that. So it's not the worst, but I think
not
the best.
You don't want to abide by it.
Yeah.
Okay. We have 3 cameras.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
This is your moment of fame.
Yeah.
If there's anything that you want to tell the world, shoot. And this can be to anybody. It can be to young Anubhav. It can be to founder. It can be to your investor. It can be to some random person who is probably a customer who is watching.
Yeah.
So this is your red carpet.
I would probably give advice to young people who are coming up. Just keep doing things that you like and don't take too much pressure. Things will happen at their pace. Just do the right thing. Just keep being at it. That's it. Because I have had a childhood where I took a lot of pressure, and I've seen people who did not take a lot of pressure, and like everyone reached the same place at the end. So yeah.
Awesome, yeah. Thank you so much, Anubhav. That's the wrap of Elsonomics.
Yeah.
Chalo, we're done.